Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Felix actually had a question on one of my posts, so I'm just going to address this publicly so that we can all learn together. Um, Basically, what should your response be if you have a client, a potential client, who basically states flat out that they have someone that they can do it for half the price? I can tell you from experience that that's a big fat lie, and people will say anything to get something for cheaper or for free. It's unfortunate that we don't have a lot of integrity when it comes to stuff like that, but that's just unfortunately part of the business. I actually have called people on it. There's a couple of things that ruminate in my mind, but I don't want to. If you guys find the post, then you guys can read what I put to Felix, because it was a ha ha, so tempting. But in reality, we're all professionals, right? So, hi, I don't know who's here. It doesn't say. So we're all professionals, and we all want to conduct ourselves accordingly. So basically, what happens is you're either in person, which actually can work out in your favor, or you're doing it over the phone. And the person will say, I'm going to let you go, or I found someone who could do it for half the price. Do you want to try to beat that price? And that's not how it works. I've actually called them out on it. And I'm like, okay, well then show me the bid. And you guys all know I've been in business over a decade. And I've never had anyone come forward with the actual piece of paper that says it. They'll say, oh, I lost it, or I don't know where it is right now. It's because they're lying to you. They have no intention of getting into their bids. They just want to see if you'll go lower. So hold your ground and stick to your price. You guys are worth it. We were considered essential. A lot of other industries were not. So remember that when you have someone who tries to cut you down or cut you in half and doesn't value what you do, because we all know that cleaning is hard work. It's not brain surgery, but it's not hard. It is hard work, and it takes a skill set to be able to clean efficiently and effectively and to be able to nail it every single time. Not everyone has that skill. Hi, Chris. How are you? And so that's super important. Hold your ground. So when you have someone who says, I have someone who gave me it for half the price. Do you want to try to beat that bid? Or they just throw it out there to see if you'll do something about it. Just say, I'm really sorry. It doesn't seem like we're a good fit. And then what happens is if they can't provide you the proof of the piece of paper, the proof that they actually got a hard bid from somebody, they lied, and I won't do business with anyone like that, because it is all about integrity with me. So that's also super important as well. And you could be polite or not polite. I try to be polite because I live in a small town, and it'll invariably bite me in the butt. So I don't want, as tempting as it is to spite off and say something that's totally inappropriate, I just say, I'm really sorry. This doesn't seem like it's going to be a good fit. And they're banned. They're 86 for life for me. I will not do business with somebody who starts off being a little unscrupulous. And again, it goes back to my story yesterday. If you have someone who is super aggressive and is demanding a discount, or has a lot of hoops that want you to jump through before you can even start the job, it's just, when it starts off bad, it always ends up being bad. And if they're that high maintenance, they've probably burned through every other cleaner in your area. And you guys all know, and I've mentioned this before, I sued 8 people last year, and I won every single one of them. And it wasn't because I, wanted to do something to them. I knew that what they did was wrong. You can't decide your price. So stick with your guns and stick with your price. You guys are all valued. We were all considered essential. And for those of you who are local, I have the very first meet and greet meeting for cleaners and cleaning business owners tomorrow morning at Carlito's at 9 a.m. on 2nd Street in Prescott Valley. And if it goes well, I'm actually going to continue this on. It's going to be a monthly meeting, and I'm going to add in window cleaners and carpet cleaners as well. I think that we all need to come together collaboratively, especially in this weird economy, so that we can cover more territory, and hopefully we all have universal pricing. So that will actually kind of change how the industry is priced, and so that we can get a hold of the lower end priced cleaners who will no longer charge $10 an hour for cleaning. I still come across it every once in a while. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're charging $10 an hour. Why would you do that to yourself? So that's super important as well. I also mentioned yesterday that I have an offering that I'm going to start in December, and it's actually, and there's been a couple of you, we're not going to name names. I'm just hoping to get really awesome testimonials out of it, but it is going to be offered as a service going forward in December. If you get a large job and you need help pricing those large jobs, it's going to be an actual monthly fee that you would pay, and it gets, you know, a half hour. Hi, Fatima, how are you? It would be a monthly fee that you would pay, and it's just a small incremental thing to get, because it does take, I have to usually get you guys on the phone. It takes about 30 minutes to get all the information. We go over pricing and how to pitch it. So that's super important. Pitching is, it's all in the delivery. I actually used to work at the Metropolitan Museum of Art way back when. I'm talking probably 2 decades ago. It's been a long time. Yeah, 2 decades. I used to work at South Coast Plaza as store manager, and when I first came on board, I was kind of cocky because I was in my 30s. And David, what was his name? I want to say his name was David Wilcox, was the executive vice president of whatever he did. And he would come out to visit, and he would like have these mile markers. I had to fix the store that was in total disarray. And basically what happened, I said, what do I get if I fix the store? Because he didn't really throw, you know, a bonus my way. He didn't like give me anything. I didn't know about those types of things exactly. I'd heard about them, but I didn't know how to put it in place. And anyway, there used to be this beautiful, and you guys, for those of you who don't know, I used to be a jeweler, a silversmith. There used to be this beautiful white sapphire collar bridal piece that fit right here, and it was actually really reasonable 20 years ago. I think it was like $750. So I went to David and I said, what do I get if I sell one of those? Because in the whole existence of the store, they had never sold one of these like $750 necklaces. Or no, it wasn't $750. That was something else. I apologize. It was $10,000. And so I went and I said, you know, what do I get? And he goes, I'll buy you lobster dinner. So I think on the 3rd day, I sold one. In my tenure as a store manager at that location, I ended up selling about 9 of those white sapphire, beautiful collared necklace. I often wanted one. It was just frivolous, but I just wanted it because I wanted it, right? So it is really all in the delivery. And hi, Aileen, how are you? It's super important that you pitch it. So one of the services I'm going to be offering going forward in the month of December starting is that I'm going to help you pitch to larger jobs, and that goes over pricing and what to say, what questions to ask. It's got to be the number one thing people ask me all the time. What questions should I ask when I'm doing a walkthrough? What do I need to see? What do I need to check? How do I pitch my price? And you always want to try to pitch in person if you can. I know that's not really realistic in today's society. And then, because when you pitch through an email, it's kind of like, you know, I'm getting 50 pitches, right? So I don't care unless yours stands out. And then it becomes this creative writing thing, and that's not what I want. So that's important. And then there's also going to be a monthly check-in, which will also be a service that I provide. There'll be a small fee with that, and that's where you come in and you've already gone through the one-on-one VIP mentorship program, and we kind of check in with your business. And it's a 12-month commitment, and we come in and we talk for about an hour. And we go over navigation on what problems you're having, what I see, and how to push your business forward. It's more like a support system and something to bounce things off. I know that we all talk to our friends and family, but they get, you know, how many toilets can you show your kids? If you were to look at the photos in my phone, I had like thousands of pictures of toilets. I mean, I had pictures of my kids, and had pictures of my dogs and my husband, but it was all toilets. So it's just nice to have someone who's actually been up there on the topper echelon of our industry, and I can kind of see and explain how things work. So that's super important. So if you guys are local and you want to go meet and greet with me tomorrow morning at Carlito's Coffee Shop on 2nd Street in Prescott Valley, I'll be there tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I do have a couple of spots on my calendar for Friday. If you want to do a quickie 15-minute consultation to see if I'm your person to help you get your business up where it needs to go for next year. And then I haven't gotten the registration page back from my web guy for the 250K Cleaning Business Mastermind, which is coming up in November, at the end of November. So if you guys have any questions, I look forward to them, and I look forward to connecting with you later. You take care.